Hello, Duke Eichbrander here, and today I'm going to talk about footwork a little bit. What I want to describe is what we call in my school the 8 ways of footwork. So this is a tutorial more to describe directions of footwork as much as anything else. So as you can see here, I have on the floor, I've got that X, and that's the 4 ways of the obliques, and then what I like to call the 4 ways of the plus sign. So this is a plus sign I'm putting down here, so you can see, kind of straightforward. You've seen this before in diagrams and things. So now you can see there's a plus sign and an X, or a multiplication sign. So these are the 8 ways, assuming and considering that this center point right here is our opponent and we're moving around him or towards him or away from him, etc., in those directions. So that's the 8 ways of footwork. The diagonals, also defined as obliques, and then the plus sign, which is the linear, forward to back, and then the side to sides. Okay. Now I'm going to try to show a little bit of the oblique stepping on how I do it, and more importantly, not exactly a great tutorial on how I'm doing it as much as just showing it and then kind of talking through how those angles work. And what we have to remember too is that especially on the obliques, the angles can be 45 degree like you see here on the floor, but they can also be 30 degree, 20 degrees, more or less of that from that 45. It's more about the oblique to the right, the oblique to the left, the oblique back to the right, or the oblique back to the left. So I'm gonna just try to show that a little bit. And in time, I will get involved in sharing attacks that actually show these steps more in detail. Right now, I just want to take the moment to show it in kind of generic, gross format. But if I'm here and that's my opponent, right? If I'm gonna move oblique to his right, I come in here and then step here. So see how I came forward and then to this angle here, and then of course spin around to maintain my guard position to that opponent. I might go oblique forward to the left instead, right? Where I cut and come over here, okay? Or I might be letting him advance on me and I step to that back right oblique, or I step to that back left oblique while cutting or defending, etc., etc. And then of course the plus sign, which are those 4 pie sections. Once I would have had those other spears in there to show the plus sign, I do a passing attack where I come in here and I kind of just do this, as if I'm stepping right by my opponent as I throw a wrap or any other cut, or I step to this center of that plus sign and then oblique, and then go straight on that 90 or straight on this 90. And obviously back up too. Okay, so those are the 8 ways of footwork to start to think about how to get those kind of sunk into your mental processing for footwork and how you move around an opponent. It's those forward oblique to the right, forward oblique to the left, back oblique to the right, back oblique to the left, forward and biome, just backwards to your right 90 or to your left 90. Okay? The 8 ways of stepping, 8 ways of footwork.